So do you think this trend and sudden influx of self-aware narcissists coming forward, exposing themselves to the world, is truly something to that of self-transformation? Or perhaps is what's really happening quite possibly the greatest narcissistic trick known to date, and in turn making them more dangerous than ever? Because realistically, there being some ulterior motive blows the probability out of the fucking water to that of them having some sudden come to Jesus realization or out of the blue burning desire to restore the general public's faith in humanity by dedicating themselves to becoming a better person, taking ownership for the things they have been doing wrong their entire life, and help putting an end to the narcissist twisted game. At first glance, I will be the first to admit that it seems like coming out publicly would be, to the narcissist, considered as a death sentence. But with closer look, just the opposite, and why their greatest trick ever may be going from targeting individual sources of supply to now obtaining supply in mass quantities, and in doing so, forevermore, eliminating their greatest fear, the risk of exposure. And by their coming forward, portraying it as if they themselves finally decided to take ownership and responsibility to the things they have known all along to be wrong, takes them from being viewed as someone evil as Satan to now looking more along the lines of being someone admirable, like that of a real-life superhero, just like the one they believe themselves to be in their delusion. Then going even a step further by not only admitting to their wrongdoings and having accountability for the deliberate hurt that they have brought to their family and friends, extending their hand, reaching out to survivors of narcissistic abuse to clean up the mess of confusion and pain that narcissists in general bring about, not only seen as a superhero to the victims of narcissistic abuse, but also as the narcissist kryptonite that we all wish we could get our hands on to stop these fuckers in their tracks. Because one thing we know for certain about narcissists is they do not do anything out of the sake of goodness for anybody but themselves. Every single thing they do is in the benefit of their own, not even viewing others the same way that they see themselves. Coming forward as being self-aware changes nothing, because in theory, all narcissists are self-aware, because narcissists know damn well what they're doing is wrong. Otherwise, there would be absolutely no need for the facades, endless lies, and manipulative tactics. And just because you come forward exposing yourself to the mass public does not change that at all. Where once they were getting praise and validation, be it positive or negative, little bits here and little bits there, or provoking it out of others when they needed a quick fix in a hot hurry, to now getting droves of supply to fuel their ego by the shit ton around the clock, obtaining validation from people residing in every country around the world, boosting their ego into a whole new orbit of the universe. With this act coming off, appearing and portraying themselves as if they have defied the odds, done the unimaginable, gone where no narcissist has ever gone before, which in essence is almost like love bombing, using this miraculous turnaround to bait and lure in the general public, only seeing them now as this admirable, humble individual, giving us insider knowledge, leaking out the narcissist top secrets in efforts to gain their trust, to the support and guidance they offer about the very people they in fact are. But what really makes this dangerous is that though most of their message is to that of encouraging those enduring narcissistic abuse to leave the relationship or cut ties with their family and friends because things aren't likely going to get better or them changing, there is still a subliminal message within this that offers a means for survivors to continue to hold on to the hope. Because regardless of what their words are saying, these words are coming out of the mouth of this alleged living proof that change can be done. Instills this hope that if they can do it, then why the hell can't the narcissist in their life do the same? Which is a really shitty predicament to put someone trauma bonded to a narcissist in. Because hope is one of the biggest culprits for why people remain enduring this horrific abuse for years, decades, and sometimes their entire life. And even more dangerous for the individuals personally involved with these narcissists because they're openly exposing their self-awareness. It's almost like getting a license to kill, having a permanent excuse for anything that they're doing wrong, can toss around their diagnosis to get sympathy ploys and escaping consequences. I don't even want to think about what is going to happen when this mass supply that they are receiving starts to drizzle out, which it eventually will. That for now is keeping them preoccupied, up on cloud nine, and boosting their ego, which is typically when narcissists are able to manage keeping their mask in place, even behind closed doors. But once this slips and starts to decline, so will their mask. And it's going to be a whole new kind of demon coming out of these individuals when it does. And if I were one of those personally involved with one of these self-aware narcissists, I'd be preparing myself a bomb shelter in a whole other country, because it is going to bring the Hiroshima of narcissistic injury. And I would not want to be anywhere within the vicinity of being in the line of that target when it triggers off their rage and narcissistic decline. Ain't no way, fucking out. And maybe had this not become such a trend, it would have been more believable. But narcissists, once again, holding true to that mind-boggling way. They all seem to pull off the same stunts and work out of the same playbook. May have pulled the rug of believability out from underneath them. I'm not going to claim to be some expert in the field. One thing I did get out of living with one of these demonic creatures was an ability to be able to peg them for their bullshit. And as far as they're making some miraculous transformation, I gotta say, I'm calling bullshit on that one. But anywho, focus on you. Fuck the narcissist.